Hey, it's Austin Bach. I'm about to start a Fate Reforged draft. It just became available on a site called drafts.in, which is the only place it's available to draft right now. So let's get started. And I'm not a big fan of the interface, to be honest, but make do with what we have until it's available on Magic Online. So our first pack, there are 3 dual lands. I'm not sure if that's actually possible in a cons pack or in a Fate Reforged pack. I think this client's still working out the kinks, but anyway. We have a rare, which is Alicia, who smiles at death, and I think it's pretty good, to be honest. A 3/2 for 3 with first strike is already good enough, and it just makes your it grows your offense over time. So she goes really well in an aggro deck, so I think I'm going to take her here. Looking at the rest of the pack, Valorous Stance I like a lot too. Combat Trick plus removal spell in the late game. And Smoldering Efreet I'm hoping comes back out of this pack. 2/2 for 2. I just want as many of those as I can. This format feels very aggressive to me as in comparison to triple cons. So be looking to pick up some 3/1s for 2 and other various aggressive cards. I've done a couple drafts already in Fate Reforged, and I'm still getting used to it, but I think red is a lot better than it was in triple cons for sure. So here are a couple options. Abzan Sky Captain seems pretty good to me. 2/2 flying for 4 is not the best rate, but it's passable, and you get a pretty nice deal when it dies. So you're basically getting 4 power and toughness for 4 mana over the course of the game. Other than that, there's a Whisk Away, which is decent. Whisper of the Wilds I'm a big fan of as well. I'm not sure if it really follows up with our first pick that well, because we'd be going into an allied color combination, which I'm not too keen on. I think I'm going to take this War Flare. I think it's much, much better than Trumpet Blast because you can use it defensively, and there's just like you can wait for a more opportune time to get the bonus, so it just seems better. Plus the untap seems like you can get some pretty big blowouts out of it, so I'm going to go ahead and take that. Now this pack, there's a Gore Swine, basically just Regathan Firecat. We've got Humble Defector, which is basically just a bear, and I'm not too sure on the rules, but I think there's a cool trick you can do with it where if you block with it and then activate its ability, it'll still die to combat damage. So you can get some pretty nice card advantage out of it. It's like a 3 for 1 if that works the way I think it does. Yeah, I think I'll just take the bear. It's not an exciting pick, but I have a hunch that aggro is just very good in this format, so I'm going to try it out and see what happens. Alright, so I see no reason to really deviate from our plan. I'm going to take a Bathe in Dragonfire, which is a very solid removal spell. 4 damage for 3. I mean, it'd be a lot better if it was instant, obviously, but still very efficient, so I'll go ahead and take that. Okay, the red continues to flow. Collateral damage, I'm not sure how good it is. Seems pretty decent. There's also a Smoldering Efreet, which might just be better. I think I'm going to take that because I'd like to have as many bears as possible, as I said, and it goes very well with our rare. It does have a downside, which is very real, but when you're the aggressor, it doesn't really matter too much. I'll just go ahead and take that. More lands, which again, I'm not sure if that's actually supposed to happen in a pack, but I'm just going to take another Smoldering Efreet. I've seen Fierce Invocation come up a few times, and it's been pretty good against me, but that's mostly just because I've been drafting aggro decks, and 4/4s are just good against 2/2s, so not sure how good it's going to end up actually being in the format, but it's also a Grim Contest, which I'm a big fan of. Just like draft the Archer's Parapet deck when you get to cons, but clearly not for us. So, alright, so we've got some bears and a rare. We're looking pretty good. And we have a choice between... oh wow, we have some good choices here. We have another Warflare. I don't want too many copies of this, but I don't know, maybe I do, you never know. I think I'm going to take the Sandstep Outcast here. I think it's pretty much always just going to use the second mode, which is making a spirit token, but just 2 bodies, like 3 power spread across 4 bodies, or 2 bodies rather. It's just very good in this color combination, especially if we have more effects like Warflare. I also like the Abzan Sky Captain, and I hope no one plays Arishan Cleric against me. That card's pretty good at blocking 2 2s and 2 1s. Alright, so now we have another chance at this Abzan Sky Captain. I think I'm going to take it here, mostly just because I want to try it out. And there's another collateral damage I'm passing up on. Again, I I don't know if this card's actually good or not, but I mostly just want to try the Sky Captain out. I'm also just noticing as I discuss these 2 cards, the combo here. You can sacrifice the Sky Captain to collateral damage and get the bolster effect. So that's kind of neat, I guess. And just going to take another bear. Red appears to be pretty wide open. Lotus Path Jin seems pretty good as well. It's like an Abzan, or an Alabaster Kieran with upside. What do we have here? Nothing too exciting. I guess I can take Lotus Eye Mystics. Do we even have any enchantments that we care about? Not really. Guess I'll just take an Abzan Advantage for the sideboard. It's probably better than Naturalize or whatever. So, ooh, a Gorswine came back. Pretty happy about that one. Jeskai Sage is a good card against us, so go ahead and take that. And the Skullkeeper. Cut these from the main, along with the Absent Advantage, and we're looking really good right now. So now I'm just going to be looking for some combat tricks in the next pack, maybe a Trumpet Blast or a Rush of Battle, something like that. Take advantage of all these cheap small creatures, and we'll go from there. Okay, so pack number 2, the first Cons pack. Best card that I've seen. I took a brief look at it before I unpaused. Pretty clear Abzan Falconer, I think. I was looking at this Dragon Throne of Tarkir though. It looks like it could be pretty good in our deck, because we're looking to make lots of small cheap creatures. So maybe that's something we can consider if it comes back around in this pack, which could happen because not many people really want this card. But yeah, pretty easy Abzan Falconer. One of the cards I'm going to have high on my list in this pack is Feat of Resistance, just to try to force our small guys through. Right, and this looks like another pretty easy pick in Mardu Heartpiercer. Bringlow is also pretty good. Probably going to wheel this Canyon Lurkers, which could go in our deck, but no reason to deviate from the plan. Some good good white cards in here. There's a Mardu Rough Rider that we could splash, but as it stands we don't have any fixing, and there's just no real reason to want to do that. We can just take something like Mardu Horde Chief, which I am going to take, which is just so good, especially when we have so many bears, to turn it on early. And so now I really want more effects like Warflare. Well, I guess we can't get any more Warflares now, but you know, Trumpet Blast and Rush of Battles, that kind of thing. So I'll go ahead and take that. And here's an Arrow Storm, which is pretty much the only card we can consider here. Not too keen on Jeskai Student, but I would probably play it. It's just not that good when you don't have many combat tricks. It's the one downside to a card like Bathe in Dragonfire, is that it's a sorcery, so you can't take advantage of prowess and like try to blow people out in combat, but it's still efficient enough that I think it's not only worth playing but also very good. So as for non-creature spells in our deck right now, we've got the Warflare, the Arrow Storm, the Bathe in Dragonfire, and that's it. So we're looking very good on creatures. We have a good curve, a good low curve, and just going to be looking for some good tricks to push our guys through. Alright, next pack. Mardu Warshrieker looks pretty good for us. Just really nothing for us. There's some good cards like Mystic of the Hidden Way that aren't for us, but Warshrieker is going to be excellent in our deck. I don't think we have any morphs at the moment, but we do have a couple cards that we can cast off the Warshrieker, like this whole top row, besides the Sky Captain and the Alicia. So, okay. Oh, another Mardu Horde Chief. Pretty easy one. Again, we're looking very good in the creature department now, so I could start to consider cards like Active Treason a little bit higher, but Horde Chief is just so much better that there's no real reason to pass it here. And it's just so good in our deck. Wow. Well, once again, between Bringlow and Warshrieker, I think I want the Warshrieker a little bit more, just because of how many good things we can cast off of it at the moment. So even though I do want some sort of Bringlow effect in my deck at some point, I think we can pick it up later and just not pass up on the insane card for us. Now we see nothing good, so I'll just steal this Parapet from someone, I guess. Dragon Throne came back. Guess I'll take it. There's a chance I play it. Alright, Bringlow and Canyon Lurkers came back, so here I get to take a Bringlow for sure. I'm not going to play any of these. Let's just start cutting a couple cards. Oops. Parapet. Inac Tracker, which I'm not going to play. Take this. Where'd that, anyway, oh, the Dragon Throne. Alright, so, that was pack number 2, so let's, move into pack 3 and hope to get some good removal or something.